Hey guys, this is Shiska. This is for Naruto chapter 651. So this chapter was fairly detailed or slow for the matter of what it was, because in all, it was just one attack with, well, actually it was two attacks, I guess you could say, to break through, to make the initial attack. Basically, it starts off, we have Naruto and Sasuke standing next to each other, the powers mixed, we got Kurama covered in Sasuno armor, like Madara did to Kurama way back when, and then basically we got an armored knight version of Kurama with his giant sword. Obito counters, saying, nothing you do will ever change, and he has a giant black liquid shield and a DNA sword. Apparently, I guess the sage or the hermit had a sword that looked like a DNA strand, so I have no idea what that's about. But pauses. Other than that, it looks pretty cool. Apparently it created the world, which doesn't really make much sense from what we so far know, but Obito shouldn't know. But I guess how you could create the world if you're already born into the world, unless the world was destroyed and recreated again. Who knows? Maybe there was another sage of six paths. Maybe it just constantly coming and going. I don't know. Either way, we see him, saying, this can't, nothing you do will ever change. Kakashi then sees what Obito sees, which got me thinking, it's not so much, you're so close that you get to see what happens. Otherwise, Kakashi would have been seeing through Obito's eyes the entire time. But now he can see through his eyes, because I think seeing Naruto stand up, he's going through a more emotional side, his slowly regaining his resolve, and he's seeing, this is what I could have been. How would I change? And you can notice he's slowly losing faith in himself. So, aside from the sword of Nunoboko, he basically seems to be losing faith in himself almost, and seeing Naruto stand up, which is a little entertaining. So I guess seeing that just before he sees the what could have been, he's seeing all this, and it's almost like some kind of emotional experience is going on in Obito, that he's experiencing this, and just like with Rin dying, Kakashi, it was tragic, and Obito saw it. I guess you can say vice versa, it's almost with Obito and Kakashi. So there's some kind of, he's not like freaking out, but there's an emotional feeling going through Obito as we speak, or in this chapter. And so Naruto takes, some of the armor comes off on the tails, the Rasengan's form inside the tails. Total of 9. He lets his friends go in there. They get Naruto's Biju cloaks on. They hold the balls. And then Obito and Naruto, Sasuke, Sasuno, Kurama armor charge after each other. Sword and shield and so on. Naruto sends the tails afterwards to send them with their Rasengans all towards his shield, breaking the shield, which is very nifty, although I'm surprised they broke so easily. But and then after that, they attempt to cut through, breaking this so-called fabled sword, and cutting right through Obito, literally in half. Now, I guess I might as well just sit there and say, this chapter, all this for that little bit was, it was detailed just for that one attack, and it's good. Although I was hoping for a little more, or seeing what happens at the end. Otherwise, it was a very good chapter. The downside of this is, you have these, like Rasengan before, it was being, defended against all the time. So why is it now that all of a sudden, you have 9 small, instead of one big one and a Biju and all that, Biju dominant, you have 9 small Rasengans, or small compared to what he's been using before, and now all of a sudden it breaks through, which to me, I see this as, why is it now doing it? Why Why now that it breaks through so easily? I mean, where was this easy breakthrough in the beginning? Where was all this tactics before? I mean, the sword is supposed to be super powerful, so I guess that's Kurama's chakra inside. I don't know. It just looks like Susanoo's sword. You know, it doesn't look like, because Kurama didn't have any sword, obviously. So how is it that sword just breaks through the fabled sword all of a sudden? Something that's supposed to be made out of at least four elements with the yin yang release mix. You know, the Sage's six path powers just being broken by Sasuno. To me, it doesn't really make much sense, and I feel like that's a huge hole in Kishimoto's plot, and I'm really disappointed in that. You know, you have this, this is the sword that created the world, and, you know, the hermit used this, and now I'm going to use it, and you're going to die, you can't win, and all of a sudden, it just breaks right through. It's like, what the hell? So, I actually want to say, they're already in the Genjutsu. They're already in the Infinite Tsukuyomi. Madara mentioned before he wanted to cast it. He was going to cast it. So how do we know he's not in it? You know, it broke through while Obito's seeing what he could have been. Which obviously, he was never going to be an Anbu because he wasn't that good. Okay, Kakashi got an Anbu, but I highly doubt Obito would have been an Anbu. Highly doubt. Plus, if he did, you really think Ren would have died as easy then? Yeah, I don't think so. Anyways, aside from that, you get things like, you know, him being Hokage, so which it didn't look that bad, although I'm trying to get used to half his face covered while the other has this little mesh. But then again, if that happened, he wouldn't have that. He would be fine had he not become evil. I think what they're trying to show is after Obito left Madara and saw Ren, all that, he didn't go back to Madara. He went back to the Leaf. So I guess that's to assume why he looks the way he did. But then I'm sure someone would have done an experience and been like, oh, look, this is like Hashirama's DNA. It's like, oh, okay, so what's going on? Where's Madara? They go there, they kill Madara, game over. Although I feel like, you know, it's really nice. I feel like at this point, Obito's gonna help them by giving his life for something, because he's slowly getting his resolve. That's what it seems to be. But I feel like maybe they're already in the Tsukuyomi. Why is it that all of a sudden that sword that's supposed to be fabled is broken so easily? To me, I find it very disgraceful that it breaks that easy, and he's just getting cut that easy. His shield breaks that easy, and all of a sudden now he's just getting his ass handed to him by just a sword made by Sasuno. It's like, what the hell? So I honestly feel like they're already in the Infinite Tsukuyomi, or maybe not. I don't know. We're gonna find out, because he survived a slash from Minato earlier, so you know, who knows. Well, either way. Other than that, and a few issues on that, the chapter is fairly good. But from those complaints I just told you about, I'd have that brought it down to at least, you know, a few points. So I'd have to give this an 8 out of 10. You know, those 2 points go down just because some of the things don't really make sense, or it just makes it look really weak. You know, you bring someone up and then you drop them right down. So to me, it really kind of caught my eye when when the sword broke through really fast, just like it was simple. But that's me, and you know, next chapter I hope to find out whether or not this is really a Genjutsu or not. That's what I want to find out. As always, I'm Shisco. Have a good day.